And welcome back to the Los Angeles Athletic Club for the main event, Saturday Night Live. My name is Dave Vincent alongside my pal, Dave Fink, for this match, the men's finals. This is going to be Sean Lenning versus Alan Garner. Sean Lenning comes in here and plays inspired handball, but you could say the same thing for Alan Garner. What do you see for today's match, Dave?
Well, for Sean Lenning, he's in his second consecutive final. He was blown out in the last final by Luis Moreno, so he's looking for a little revenge. He's looking to take his second race title of the season. Alan Garner making his first race final of the season, surprisingly, Dave, because I believe he's one of the most talented players in the sport. He's finally broken through. I think his wife and biggest cheerleader being here has had a lot to do with that. He's very motivated. He arrived here, Dave, on Tuesday. He's been practicing, acclimating himself to these conditions. Alan Garner looked really sharp for the first game and a half this morning. I think the best handball we've seen maybe in 3 or 4 events. Just blew Luis Moreno away. Luis Moreno was able to make a late charge, but Alan Garner held him off, and it's Alan Garner in the final. Sean Lenning has had the best of Alan Garner, Dave, in the finals or in their head-to-head matchups throughout their career. Alan Garner has won just one of those matches, so Sean Lenning has had the answer for the Alan Garner Express. But today, I believe, could be Alan Garner's day, Dave. He's only 8-6 on the season coming into this match. Today, this event, he's already won 2 matches, and I believe that Alan Garner will emerge today.
Now, if you look at what happened with Sean Lenning, he had an amazing start, and I was really surprised by how well Sean Lenning played against Nadi Alvarado. It appears that this could be, on paper, Dave, the best matchup we've had for a final thus far for this race season. Let's quickly go down to the courts where Fred Lewis is sitting next to tournament host Marco Chavez. Fred?
Thanks, Dave. Hi, I'm here with Marcos Chavez, a great player in his own right, and also one who has now begun to give back to the game by hosting a number of pro events. Marcos, congratulations on helping to put this event together. How was it for you?
The tournament seems to be a great success. We're happy to do things with the WPH, even if it's big ball, small ball, anything with youth, anything. So.
Well, you know, when you mentioned youth, we had a youth clinic here a little while ago with about a dozen kids participating with a lot of enthusiasm. Any chance, you know, getting them into this great prestigious club and so that they can, you know, increase their handball fortunes?
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to speak with the Hathaways, of course, the owners of the clubs, Steve and Stephanie Hathaway, along with Corey. And maybe we can do maybe some type of program with them on the Saturdays or on the weekend when kids are out of school, just so they can get some handball in. You know.
Well, that'd be great stuff, and you know, we're pretty sure, you know, that could come to fruition. So, what are your plans for the future? You know, you've dominated the Simple Green U.S. Open doubles for many years. Last year, you guys came in second. What's in store for the future for you, handball-wise?
Handball-wise, my training begins probably in 2 weeks. I'm going to get ready for the U.S. Nationals, playing with Sean in the doubles. So I'm going to be playing 2 events, also the singles. As for the U.S. Open, we got to see how Vince and I feel about playing together again. But it's definitely something it's in my thoughts. I still do want to play with him, but still a little ways away. So.
Okay, well, again, congratulations on your finish here. You know, you've always been a great sportsman and a gentleman and a great handball player, and, you know, we all wish you luck in the future.
Thank you very much. And thanks to the WPH and to David Vincent and for him doing all the interviews and the filming. You know, it's greatly appreciated to everybody.
Great, thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Fred. As we get ready to start this men's final, Sean Lenning from Shoreline, Washington, implanted into Tucson, Arizona, and Alan Garner from San Antonio, Texas, making it to this final. Opponents of Alan Garner's have scored 50 total points in this tournament and 60 total points against Sean Lenning and his opponents. And that shows you that in kind of a strange way, as I was looking at this on paper, that Alan Garner has a slight advantage on Sean Lenning, but both are playing very inspired ball, and that's why I feel that this final will be maybe one of the closest we've had this season on this race for 8. Stop number 7 in Los Angeles, Dave.
Well, the last time these guys played, Dave, in the semifinals in Salt Lake City, Alan Garner was 2 points from winning that match in 2 games. The score was tied 23-all with Alan Garner winning game number 1 he had a couple of great opportunities, great looks at kill shots that would have pushed him to match point, unable to convert those, ended up losing in a tiebreaker to Sean. He was incredibly disappointed, but I think it's one of those things, David, will help Alan Garner as it motivated him here.
Here's the announcement from Luis Moreno.
Alan Garner.
And that's the round of applause for Alan Garner, who's a fan favorite here.
He's a fan favorite wherever he goes, Dave. He's the blonde bombshell.
This is best 2 out of 3, 25. And immediately Sean Lenning said, you know what? You could do that with everybody else this weekend, but you're not going to do it to me.
Serving 0.
Amazing start for Sean Lenning, Dave. An on-the-rise flat rollout in the left corner, followed by a blistering ace down the right side wall.
It was almost as if Sean Lenning was waiting for Alan to serve that ball so he could do what he's been thinking about all weekend long. He said after a semifinal win with Fred Lewis on an interview on the court that I'm going to start out very quick and I'm going to blow Alan out of the water. And I've never heard Sean talk like that.
3 serving 0.
And now he's up 3-0.
Well, this is the Sean Lenning, Dave, that just attacks, that pounces on you. And I think he's looking to put one of those 15-0 runs on Alan to start off this game. And he's a quarter of his way there right now. Alan Garner missed a very simple kill shot with his right hand that would have made the score 1-2. Instead, it's now 4-0. Make that
Luis Moreno, you say, is a get artist, but so is Sean Lenning. His gets are different, though. When he goes into clampdown mode, Dave, you can't get a ball by him.
Well, he's in clampdown mode right now. And he's all over that Alan Garner attempted kill. Misses one of his patented favorite shots, that left-hand paddle re-kill cross court.
Score is 1-4. Make that 2-4.
And this is huge now for Alan Garner, who's withstanding the Sean Lenning assault and actually climbing into this first game, now trailing by just 2.
Short.
As you know, Dave, playing Sean a lot, Sean wants to jump out on you and put a 0 on you. When you get yourself on the scoreboard, it's almost though he's deflated a little bit because he's going for that 0. Now that's Alan Garner's second kill shot air from the short line. Very easy shot for him. He's missed 2 of them already.
5-2 is the score. Look at that huge natural hook from Sean Lenning, who then paddles it into the ground, and there's a side out. Sean's mad at himself, and Alan's mad at himself.
We've seen 4 unforced errors here, Dave, in 7 points. Very surprising. Maybe a little bit of early game nerves. But both these guys, Dave, are the type of players that go for their shots. And when you go for your shots, Dave, sometimes you can go through some cold streaks throughout a match.
Serving 5.
Nice reverse right there from Alan Garner. That ball sticks down, and there's a point.
If Alan Garner can hang with Sean Lenning in the unreturned serves department, I believe Alan Garner will come out here on top.
That was short.
I believe that was good.
Sean's not asking for the appeal.
6 serving 5.
Alan Garner already with 3 unreturned serves.
Short. Hold it. I called it short.
Sean Lenning's known for having one of the best serves. Alan Garner's known for having a pretty average serve amongst the top 4 pros. But thus far in this match, Dave, he's showing that he's got some great skills in that server's box, hitting some beautiful reverses down the left.
That ball was not overturned. One agreed, one disagreed.
That's the first time I've ever seen Alan Garner completely shank a ball with either hand, and that's his favorite shot, a back wall shot inside the server's box. And that's a fist punch return from Alan. He's got Sean on the ground. That's one ball that Sean can't catch up to even in clampdown mode, but Sean clamped down on that first.
7 serving 6.
Alan Garner returned.
Now Garner's got the lead here, Dave.
And you see Alan Garner not complaining. He wants that shot. He just missed it. I think he saw it the whole way and had the open court and just missed the shot.
Sean jumped out right at the last second and created a hand error for Alan Garner.
This is why I believe, Dave, that the only people that can ref these pros are the other top pro players, because they know the shots that they would want and they know the shots that these other pro players want. And Allen should have put that away, but he doesn't.
And then Sean should have put that one away. Both of these guys are really
Hold it.
great. Ooh,
Play it
that's a
over.
toughie to play over. You
That's
hear a
one of
little
those
bit
shots, Dave, where Sean's anticipating the ball going into the right
7,
corner, and it's
serving
just a
7.
little bit fortunate.
You hear some groaning from the crowd after that call.
That's a risky return for Alan Garner, going for that side swipe, cupped return that he tries to return right back down the left wall, but if
8,
you don't hit it
serving
perfectly,
7.
it just pops right in the middle of the court. That should have been a screen call, but wasn't called. I don't think that ball would have made it, Dave.
It wouldn't have.
Play that over. 8, serving 7.
That seemed like a miss hit, Dave.
If you're
That
going to
was-
play it over, you'd have to call the avoidable.
I don't think it was an avoidable either.
No, but yeah, he was running
Well,
into his play. It would
well.
have been an avoidable if you're going to play it over. But that ball wouldn't have made the front wall.
Well, I think Alan Garner
9,
had
serving
75%
7.
of the court there. Sean Lenning was on his left.
Short.
Some would say that that play kind of canceled itself out, but
I don't ever
Second
think a
serve.
play cancels itself out. I just don't think it would have made it, nor was it an avoidable. And the sound that makes, Dave, I think they heard that on the second floor at lunch. That was a cannon.
8, serving 9.
This match is moving along really quickly, Dave.
this is the best 2 out of 3 to 25. Tiebreaker also 25, win by 2, and rally scoring all together at 9 now.
Incredibly amazing angled
9
pass shot
serves
there from
9.
Alan Garner. Almost impossible to pass Sean Lenning for a winner, but he did it right there.
Second serve.
That was a huge overhit from Sean Lenning, and ball put away from Alan Garner now at the 10th point.
It's amazing watching Alan Garner,
10,
Dave, because
serving 9.
any player that gets a setup up there off the back wall in the server's box is going to
Short.
put it away, but just the way that Alan Garner does it just looks so good.
Second serve.
Well, his roll flat off the front wall. Everybody else hits those 3-inch high kill shots. His are about a half an inch high. And I don't know how he does that, but he just seems to do it even while being relaxed.
10, serving 9.
Alan and I talking this morning, he can bench press 200 pounds 13 times.
That's all? I once talked to him when he was in his 20s, and he was able to bench press in high school 450 pounds.
I don't doubt it.
11,
It was a
serving
one-time
9.
bench press, but
He said, this is just how I'm built. He doesn't lift weights too much anymore. It's just, he's a big guy, very strong. Allen was on his way to really taking over this first game,
10, serves
but
11.
he hits a lackadaisical left-hand shot in that left
Short.
corner, and Sean Lenning has the opening.
Sean Lenning's one great serve away.
Second serve.
Now Sean on his second serve will go for a crack.
That's not a good serve to hit Alan Garner. Sean with a terrible miss hit there. That's one of his favorite shots, Dave.
Sean's starting to look a little tired, Dave.
I agree with you, and I thought that would be the difference in this match with Sean's conditioning.
12, serving 10.
Talking to Sean earlier, he said he wants to keep the rallies to a minimum of 4 shots. And that's somebody, Dave, that's not really trusting their legs.
Second serve.
He was able to do that against Nadi Alvarado, Dave, but right now he looks pretty gassed.
13, serving 10.
What's really nice to see here in the finals at the LAAC, Los Angeles Athletic Club, is a whole group of junior players, Dave. Now, you were on the court with them earlier as we watch this play develop. Alan Garner goes for that kill shot. Sean's going to have to call a timeout here soon.
Timeout.
Dave, you were on the court with the juniors with a rare clinic here at the club for the kids. Not rare on the Race for 8 tour, but certainly for all the kids, and you can hear them in the crowd. Isn't it great to see all of these
14,
youngsters that were not just here as spectators, but also on the court?
It's they bring a great energy here to the club and also to the tournament. And their cheering, Dave, really urges these players on. It's wonderful to see these kids that are so passionate about handball cheering on your great shots, and they quickly develop their favorite players. They watch these guys play online and on Vimeo, and they come here and get to see their idols in person. Very exciting for them, and it's very exciting for the pro players who love to come to these different cities and see new generations of handball players.
Fred Lewis is courtside with the junior players and the crowd that surrounds him. Fred, isn't it inspiring to see all of these young kids down here during the finals match that we have on Saturday Night Live?
Well, absolutely. We got a couple of future champions here. Hi, what's your name?
Andre.
Hi, Andre. You play mostly big ball?
Yes.
You're in the court today with Dave Fink. Did he teach you anything?
Yes.
What did he teach you?
How to hit the ball back to the wall when it bounces off the wall. The back.
All right. Are you inspired now to continue
Scores
playing?
14,
Yes.
serving 10.
Okay, great. Back to you guys.
That was a verbal autograph that you just gave that kid in sort of a weird way. Andre,
15,
who
serving
has
10.
an amazing left hand.
Well, we're innovative here, so we're giving verbal autographs now. And Alan Garner just looks too strong right now for Sean Lenning, who looks like he's completely out of energy. That's the problem with Sean, Dave. When he attacks you
16,
early,
serving 10.
does he have enough to put you away? And he wasn't even able to build a lead against Alan Garner. And now Sean just looking
17, serving 10.
extremely fatigued. Terrible shot there from Alan Garner. Had the left side of the court, and he tried to pinch that left corner, but very difficult to pinch the corners against Sean because he's waiting there in the middle of the court,
11,
even if you hit it 2 inches
17.
high.
Short.
Referee is
Second
Luis
serve.
Moreno. We're at the Los Angeles Athletic Club. These players play rally scoring, virtually a point scored on every play. Best 2 out of 3 to 25. Tiebreaker also to 25, and Sean Lenning gets his 12th point.
12, serving 17.
These guys giving each other a lot of back wall setups, Dave, including right there on the serve.
Watch out. Sean Lenning likes to take those balls on the way up. Sean Lenning tracks that ball down. Allen does that little flip with the left hand. He's unable to get it to the front
13,
wall.
serving 17.
Allen's made some errors with his left hand here. That normally reliable flip with his left
Get out.
has let him down, but Sean Lenning, Dave, is just, seems like his timing is a little bit off right now.
He misses
18, serving 13.
closer than anybody I've ever seen in my life. If Sean could convert all of those misses that he's ever had, that's a beautiful shot right there. He'd be a national champion right now.
That actually looked like a miss when he hit it, but it
14, serving
rolled out
18.
an inch high.
Score is 14 to 18. The scoreboard powered by Zions, the official sports drink of the UFC. Now make it 15 to 18. We're burning up
15,
Linda Manning's
serving
fingers over
18.
there with this scoreboard.
Short.
Sean
Seems like
just
Sean's-
about made it the 16th
Second
point on that
serve.
serve right there.
It seems like Sean's picking up his second wind right now. He's getting that pop back in his stroke. Sean knows all he had to do was hit that about 6 inches to 10 inches high, and Alan Garner was out of position, but
19,
just made a slight
serving
hand error.
15.
Well, I think that's because Allen broke off a huge natural.
Well, it's much more difficult to make those unbelievable pickups when Alan Garner's hitting the ball harder than anyone else that Sean is playing. Sean can make those pickups on a ball that's hit 70 to 75 miles per hour, but you add an extra 10 or 15 miles per hour, which is what Alan Garner
19, serving
consistently
15.
hits. Very difficult to catch that ball clean on those short hops.
Now it's 20 to 15 after Sean starting to make a slight comeback.
20,
Allen gets
serving
2 straight
15.
points.
And since there's only 3 minutes between games, Dave, I have to actually start etching now. I can't wait. I don't have 5 minutes to etch the whole name, so I've already got the G in there.
We do not see Sean Lenning going to the roof much. And he misses that ball as he skips it in. That's one thing that Allen does do that Sean doesn't do, and that is go to the roof. Sean Lenning kicking that ball to the front wall, frustrated.
21, serving 15. Short.
You're watching 2 of the young breeds of handball. Here's another one of those kicks from Sean.
Second serve.
You know that I know that you know that I write those down.
We haven't seen as much kicking as we used to. We've seen players, well, there's 2, and that actually, does that count as 3 kicks? Because not only did he kick it, but not even kicking it to Allen.
That's 3 kicks in a row. Referee has been warned that those should be
22
called
serving 15.
as technicals if it seems disruptive. Maybe it doesn't seem disruptive. 23-15 now. And I agree with Sean Lenning on the last play that I felt that there was a screen.
Oh, I
he
disagree
broke
with
through it
that.
and had to use the opposite hand to get to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the serve.
No, the
Oh,
one before.
Okay. Okay.
He broke through. He was not given that screen.
Alan Garner just completely in control here. I felt like Alan Garner was also in control in Salt Lake City, and he was 2 points from winning that match and was unable to close it out. But I feel like this is a different Alan Garner. This is the Alan Garner from 2009, early 2010, where he ascended to that #1 ranking.
Is his game point. And Alan Garner takes it 25-15. There will be a 3-minute break. We are going to take a break here in just a few minutes. Fred Lewis may have another interview lined up for us. You're watching the WPH Simple Green Race for 8. Stop number 7, Los Angeles Athletic Club, alongside David Fink, who took 5th in this tournament. My name is Dave Vincent. An honor to have you in the booth, Dave, once again for the 7th stop here in Los Angeles, California, as we get ready for the Players' Championship in Seattle, Washington. That'll be May 18th and 19th. You can purchase tickets now for that TPC at LAAC by getting a hold of us online at WePlayHandball@cs.com. WePlayHandball@cs.com to inquire about ticket purchases. Once you get your ticket, you will be assured some incredible handball, upper bracket round robin, lower bracket round robin, and the top 8 named players. Do we know exactly who they are now, Dave? Has there been a special ceremony? Did you work up the brackets with the committee?
We do know who the players are. It will be Luis Moreno, Sean Lenning, Nadia Alvarado, Alan Garner, Charlie Shanks, David Fink, Luis Cordova, and Andy Nett.
The same invites that came to this tournament.
That's true. And they maintained, each invite maintained their spot here, which shows you, Dave, that particularly Luis Cordova and Andy Nett coming in here knowing they needed good performances, understanding that, dealing with that pressure, and then prevailing, actually beating 2 guys that could have taken their spots in Emmett Pichot and Chip Morales.
It is interesting that these rankings worked out as such that we came to the last stop, invited the final 8, and they're the same ones that will be named into the Elite 8.
What was interesting, Dave, is in the blind draw, it was Andy Nett drawing Emmett Pichot, one of the guys that could have knocked him out of that 8th spot. He took care of business in his own hands by defeating Emmett Pichot, and Luis Cordova drew Chip Morales, who could have knocked Luis out of that spot, and Luis took care of business. So there wasn't much drama beyond that first round as far as who was qualifying for Seattle, because the invites were set after the round of 16 action was completed. But very exciting for those 8 guys who become the first 8 players to ever qualify for the Players' Championship format in handball, and that is no easy feat, Dave. These guys have traveled all the way across the country for the last 6 months, competing in Idaho, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Salt Lake City, Fresno, and Los Angeles again, and Tucson. So we've been all over the country, Dave, jet setting, earning points, trying to earn that invitation to Seattle, and feels very good for all the players, Dave, who have earned their position.
And congratulations to those Elite 8 players for making it to the Players' Championship. That'll be May 18th and 19th. And if you'd like to purchase tickets, it'll be easy for you to do. Get a hold of us at WePlayHandball@cs.com. Let's go to Fred Lewis, who is courtside right now, and see who he has on mic.
Hi, I'm here with Andy Nett. Andy, it was just announced that you made the finals of the Players' Championship, the number 8 spot. How do you feel about that?
It feels great. You know, it's a long process the whole year going to all these tournaments, and a lot of hard work, you know, and I was right on the edge before this tournament, so it feels great to come and accomplish what I was going for.
Well, you know, you've been a relative newcomer to the tour. Came on the scene the last 2 years. You know, how's it going? What do you think you need to do to break into, let's say, the top 4?
You know, it was kind of a learning process here for me. You kind of learn that the process of your body breaks down a little bit with all the tournaments, and learn how to better take care of yourself and prepare for each tournament. So I think just each time I play with all these guys, I learn different shots I can hit, and you know, each watching matches here after I lose, even you can always learn and improve. So.
Well, congratulations. You got a lot of great ability and a bright future, and we wish you the best of luck. Okay, back to you guys.
Thank you very much. That is Fred Lewis catching Andy Nett, and that's a very interesting thing that Andy says right there, that he learns a lot about his body and how to prepare for the next match. He's going to have to prepare because Seattle is going to be a physical nightmare for some of these players. Going to have to play round robins and do it all in 2 days. So it's going to be a lot of handball.
That was a very interesting interview, as you said, Dave, with Andy Nett. And a lot of people don't realize, Dave, that none of these players are playing at 100%. We've been through a very long season. We played a lot of matches, and each tournament we seem to pick up new injuries.
3 serving 0.
They're never really discussed, but as you know, Dave, you're dealing with aching arms, bad knees, jammed fingers. I mean, all these things add up.
A broken bank account.
1 serving 3.
Now, I saw that when Fred was talking to Andy, when he made the announcement that Andy made the Elite 8, that caught Andy off guard, and I can tell that his voice got a little cracky and emotional there, and I felt that Andy was going to shed a little tear. Side out, Alan Garner with his 4th point.
I actually feel sorry for you, Dave, that you missed that shot that Alan Garner just hit. It was one of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen.
Well,
he let the ball drop, Dave, about an inch off the ground and literally flat killed it. That ball would have traveled a mile on that line.
Amazing fadeaway into the front wall, right corner kill from Sean Lenning
2
there.
serving 4.
Sean Lenning is on the Seattle LAAC team, just like yourself, Dave. And it looks like you guys may take over the #1 spot. I'm not sure if you have yet or if you will.
I'm not sure either. I'm not the commissioner of the Super Bowl standings, but I know that we're creeping.
With that Luis Moreno loss in the semifinals, the Seattle LAAC team could be returning home to the venue to win the Players' Championship. Now, when it comes to the team championship, after the Players' Championship, the teams
3 serving 5.
points will be tallied just like the Players' Championship points will be tallied as well. So it'll be a race for the player and the team. Alan Garner represents the Salt Lake City Aces, and Sean Lenning represents Seattle LAAC.
The Salt Lake City Aces, Dave, look like they might have been the strongest team on paper heading into this season
4
with
serving
Alan Garner
5.
and Armando Ortiz, and then picking up Luis Cordova. But Alan Garner struggled a little bit this season up until now. Armando Ortiz, unfortunately, has not been 100% healthy, and he's missed a couple of stops. And Luis Cordova's been a nice surprise, but they're still buried in the basement. There's a chance they could climb out of that basement after a win here from Alan Garner.
And a flat kill right there from Alan Garner.
I called it good. What'd you guys see? They thought it skipped.
Wow, it's going to get overturned.
That's side out. They thought it was bad.
Oh, that was a flat roll.
I'd like to look at the replay here. Sean Lenning thought that ball was down. Luis Moreno, the referee, thought it was good. The sideline judges both saw it down. Here it is. Here's the play.
5 serving 6.
I think it did skip.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I think that's why we didn't see too much of an argument from Alan Garner. Sean Lenning just played a perfect point there. Perfect serve down the right, took the ball on the way up and pushed Alan Garner to his left.
6 serving
and
6.
then lunged into that shot and killed it back down the right.
When was the last time you saw a player appeal a flat rollout kill on the front wall and get it overturned? I don't think it's happened on this race season yet after 7 stops.
7 serving 6.
I saw a guy on a dump truck one time holding onto a garbage can and his cell phone while picking up garbage in downtown New York one time. His hand and the garbage can were holding onto the side railing, and the other hand was on a cell phone talking. I said, I'll never see that again. And I'm not sure I'll ever see an appeal like that again.
That's an amazing shot from Sean. And that's not one of those Showtime shots, Dave. That was just the right shot at the right time.
7 serving 8.
He didn't really have another shot there. Alan Garner's really defending the Sean Lenning serve well.
Here's a setup for Sean.
And like Marcos told us yesterday after losing Alan Garner, he said, you know, this guy's got the best hands I've ever seen up there in the front court, and it comes from
8
those
serves 8.
amazing wrists. I think these guys have the two
Short.
strongest wrists of anybody in handball. They just can generate so much whip and
Second
so much
serve.
action on the ball with a seemingly short swing.
And oddly enough, they don't look like they're hitting the ball that hard with their arm motion. Seems like they still have another 5 to 10 miles an hour if they wanted to.
Well, the more compact your swing is, the
9 serving
harder
8.
you can hit the ball. And I know you know that from baseball, Dave, watching Barry Bonds and also being a great hitter yourself. And it seems like it would be the opposite, that the longer the swing, the more power, but
9
actually you
serving
lose a
9.
lot of that tension in your forearms and wrists
Second
when
serve.
you have that long swing. That's a topic we could get into at another time, but
No, you know, Desi Keegan actually has a long swing, and he's probably the hardest hitter in the game. But he's got that Irish whip where he's whipping it.
10 serving 9.
Sean Lenning now has the lead, Dave.
well, you know, Rafael Palmeiro also has a long swing, and he's one of the most prolific home
11
run hitters of all
serving 9.
time. But Barry Bonds also up there with a very short swing. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. Great get there from Sean Lenning. Alan Garner a little bit off balance.
Look
He
at that
changed
get.
his shot at the last second. Hit the pass, but Sean's in clampdown mode.
And the crowd's getting a ton of amazing offensive shots. Now, I know that these guys are also missing some shots.
Linda actually thought that that ball skipped, but it
10
was
serves 11.
It was good. It was Alan Garner winning that point. I thought it skipped also. Linda and
Score
I
is
were
10 to
on the
11.
same page.
No, he went underneath, and
That
that
ball
ball
sounds
stayed
like
up.
it broke.
And it did.
And that, my friend, is how it's done. That's the first time I've ever caught a broken ball, and it was broken. You, not so much. 0 for 92. I'm counting.
I may never be accurate enough on that broken ball.
Although when you say the
Call.
ball's about to break, I don't know if you can be judged incorrectly for that.
Well, I've changed my verbiage on that with you because I know that I had such a terrible losing streak. You're watching the WPH Simple Green Race for 8. We're in Los Angeles at the historical Los Angeles Athletic Club. There's a view of Alan Garner trying to warm up this ball. Is that Sean Lenning's taking the time to take a breather. The actual scoreboard is incorrect. It's, I believe, 10 to 11.
Yes, it is. Want to thank our crew here, Dave, our director, Linda Manning, our technical
All right,
supervisor,
time in, scores
Omar Lemus.
10
They're
serves
really doing
11.
an unbelievable job this weekend. I talked to a couple of fans here, Dave, who said they were watching the matches yesterday at home and just couldn't believe how clear it was. That's all credit goes towards our staff.
That staff, Linda Manning. She's our technical support staff as well
12
as director,
serving 10.
spiritual advisor.
I go to her mostly for the spiritual.
If
Second
you've got
serve.
a problem going on in your life, maybe you're not playing good handball, you go to Linda and say, "Can I cry on your shoulder?" She's always there for you with a smile on her face and some words of encouragement.
13 serving 10.
And now
a
Sean
deep
Lennon
crack.
has really bounced back nicely here, Dave, in game number 2.
Timeout.
Sean Lenning went into that
1 minute.
clamp down, super aggressive mode in the beginning of game 2, and he made some errors. As a Sean Lenning fan, Dave, you had to be worried that maybe Sean was going to wear himself out, particularly if he didn't build a lead, but Sean stayed with it. He played through a couple errors, and now he's in command, in control of the second game at 14-10.
You're watching the WPH Simple Green Race for 8 live. Los Angeles Athletic Club. Fred Lewis is courtside. Fred, what are you witnessing? What's going on down there?
In it, obviously, he's playing a little bit better. I really would like to see him show a little bit more patience. I think that's been the difference in the match. Allen's been very patient, not forcing a bunch of shots and, you know, mixing up kill shot and pass shot attempts. I like to see, you know, Sean pass a little bit more, especially when he doesn't have the kill. And, you know, I disagree with you guys. I don't think he's bushed at all. I think he's got a lot of gas left in that tank. and it's just a matter of him having a little bit more patience to wait for the good shot.
But having patience,
Scores
Fred,
14 serving
you also
10.
have to have confidence in your stamina. And Sean did indicate earlier that he didn't feel like he wanted to go into these 20-shot rallies. He wanted to keep it to about 4. And do you think that's a good approach for a
15
player
serving 10.
Well, no, I think you go as far as you can go with the gas that's in the tank. And, you know, especially Sean, who is a great shot maker, as we just saw in his own right. It's just a matter of waiting, you know, waiting for the good shot. And, you know, you just don't know how
16
you're going to
serving 10.
perform, even though, you know, you might be out of gas when you keep the adrenaline going. You know, we'll have to wait and see.
That fadeaway right-hand kill Sean just hit in the left corner was
11
reminiscent of the
serving
7-point Sean scored in the 2007 final against Paul Brady, and you'll remember he slapped the back wall after he hit that shot. Alan Garner's a pro, David. He understands that when you play against these top players, they're going to make runs. They're going to go on 10, 15-point runs where you really can't do anything. And Sean right now is in that
17
groove.
serves
Very
11.
difficult for Alan to do anything.
I like that shot from Sean Lenning. He goes down and waits a little bit and then dives forward.
The delay.
Yeah, it's like the post dive.
18
Andy Nett has the
serves
pre-dive.
11.
A lot of people say, Dave, well, how can you blow a 13-3 lead, hypothetically? But you have to realize these guys get hot, and there's nothing you can do. There's no timeouts or different shots or different serves that are really going to stop them when somebody's
18.
just feeling it. You just hope it ends. Sean Lenning cannot afford to be that casual, Dave.
That's why we think that sometimes he has no gas in the
13
tank because of
serving
shots like that
18.
where he seems to just get very lackadaisical. 13-18.
That
And he
was one
backs
of the
it up with
worst-
that.
That was one of the worst serves I've ever seen on the entire Race for Aid Pro Tour.
Well, we actually saw
19 serving 13.
Desi Keegan serve a ball into the left wall on
in
a
the running.
second serve.
Okay.
Okay. That was the first stop of the season. And Sean Lenning takes that ball down the right wall.
And that was one of the hardest swings I've ever seen
Second timeout.
Sean Lenning make. That was
1
with
minute.
authority. We'll take a quick instant replay of that last back wall shot. Sean Lenning actually threw his whole body into that shot. Normally it just seems like he's swinging with his arm and wrist. That time he really leveraged his entire body.
Now Sean Lenning is laying on the ball on the court right now.
Let's watch this back wall shot here from Sean Lenning, Davis. This is, it's set up by this shot here. Alan Garner gives him the setup, and watch Sean makes,
Wow.
that looked almost like a Luis Moreno swing.
Let's look at Sean Lenning here. He's actually on the ball, stretching out maybe a muscle in his back. You're right, though. That was an amazing replay that we just showed you there, brought to you by Simple Green.
Sean's known for having that quick whip action, almost like he's just drawing a gun. But that time he was
20
used his whole
serving
body.
13.
You have to understand, Dave, that Sean Lenning feels very comfortable playing Alan Garner, as his record would indicate. And as you know, when you're playing somebody that you've had a lot of success again, you never feel like you're out of the match. Even though Sean was blown out in that first game, he still feels like this is his match to win. You know, you play against somebody that's
13.
beat you most of the times that
Short.
you played, and you lose that first game, and you just feel like it's over.
Second
Plus,
serve.
Sean Lenning does not want to lose to a guy that I don't think he's ever lost to.
I believe he's lost him one time. That was in New Orleans, 21-18, 21-19 at the Mardi Gras event, Dave. That was in the winter of 2009.
22 serving 13. Short.
That ball is just being pelted right now by these guys. I'm surprised
Second
only one is
serve.
broke.
This has been a very durable ball here that we played with this week, Dave. It's been very consistent. It's been just the right
23,
speed as
serving
well, which is
13.
what the players really appreciate. Terrible shot from Alan Garner, who looks like he's just getting himself ready for that third game.
The score is 24-13.
24 serves 13.
Not, yeah, there we go. This could be a big setup for Alan Garner.
Great swing from Allen there. Looked like he was going down the left.
14
Changes
serving
direction.
24.
I thought Sean Lenning, Alan Garner was having a lot more success with that power serve. As you see, Allen just flip that lob serve right into the floor and off the right side wall, right into Sean Lenning's wheelhouse. And Sean Lenning took care of business, both on that shot and in that second game. And we'll have 3 minutes, Dave, in one game to decide race stop number 7, LAAC Men's Pro Champion.
Alan Garner wins the first game 25-15. It was Sean Lenning taking game number 2, 25-14. So it looks like Alan Garner will get the first serve. Excuse me, Sean scored more points, so it'll be Sean Lenning getting the first serve.
I believe, Dave, in traditional scoring, that first serve can be so critical in the tiebreaker. You jump out to a 3 or 4-0 lead to 11, and you feel like the game's over. In rally scoring, though, Dave, even if you lose the first 2 or 3 points, you get that side out, and you're right back into the game, and you're going to 25. I know you don't like necessarily going to 25 for the tiebreaker, Dave, but I do.
Well, I don't make the rules. I just complain about them. It's the WPH Simple Green Race for 8 here in Los Angeles, California. A little bit of rain today. The Town Flasher had to put a little lining in his trench coat today. That's how cold it was and rainy. I saw him with some Visqueen that he had to place over his trench coat there. He didn't want to get it wet.
I wouldn't know, I was working.
This is a middle of a second and third game. Extended timeout here because we're getting ready for the tiebreaker. What will Alan Garner have to do here to get Sean Lenning in this tiebreaker? Because it appeared that Sean was not going to win game number 2 at the very start of this, and then Alan Garner kind of wasn't making the plays, and the playmaker was Sean Lenning, and he did have gas in the tank, like Fred Lewis said.
Well, I don't think it's so much about Alan Garner. Sean Lenning just played pretty much a perfect game there, Dave. In the second game, he got to everything. He shot the lights out. He served incredibly well. Alan Garner has to hope he can rediscover his first game form. I believe Alan Garner needs to go back to that hard power serve that he was hitting down the left with the reverse, and also that slider that he was hitting down the right. That soft underhand lob serve has been completely ineffective against Sean Lenning. I don't believe he can win this match serving that soft underhand lob serve that's worked against other top pro players, but not against Sean Lenning.
Now, why did Sean get those points in the second game? I mean, he did play lights out, but it did look like he was able to tap into some fuel that I don't think I saw in his tank at that point.
Well, I think you just answered your own question. He played lights out, and he had a second wind that allowed him to really elevate his game. He was getting to everything, as you said, and he was shooting the ball with both hands really effectively. He kept Alan Garner behind him. He forced Alan to make mistakes, and when Alan Garner had openings, he was rushing his shots. He wasn't nearly as comfortable as he was in that first game, where he was pretty much just teeing off in that front court and rolling balls out. And when you're playing, Dave, and you get into that rhythm of getting a lot of setups in the front court, things seem pretty easy. When your opponent starts putting a lot of pressure on you, you're seeing a lot less setups. When you finally do get a setup, it's very difficult to put the ball down.
Let's go to Fred Lewis, who is courtside. Fred, we were right in the discussion about talking about how we felt that Sean was tired, and you said you disagreed, and from that point on, you were correct. He did have some more gas in his tank. We're talking about Sean Lenning. What did you witness courtside there as you see it from a different angle than us?
Well, you know, I think that this could be a great culmination to this tournament. I think both of them, you know, have gas left in the tank. I think Alan took a little time off there in that second game. Maybe he got a little overconfident, but I think he's going to come out blasting like, you know, he did there. And I agree with you. He's got to bag that underhand serve and go back to the actually three-quarter speed reverses that he was hitting down the left side that he was very successful with. I think if Sean, will continue to move his feet and take good shots, that this can be a hell of a third game here.
Fred, did you have a chance to see what these guys did between games? Did Alan Garner go into his entourage there with his coach and wife and get any encouragement or advice, or did he just pretty much stay to himself?
No, well, I really didn't notice, they changed shirts and whatnot, and, I think, he's going to come back this game. I think it's going to be very close. I really do. I mean, I could see the way he started out this first volley. He's going after the ball, and after they get the rust off a little bit, you're going to see some great handball.
1 serving 0.
Fred, you talk about Alan Garner bagging that underhand serve, which I definitely think he needs to do. I think he also needs to bag that strange scooping left return where he tries to flip the ball back down the left side wall. He's been very unsuccessful with that shot throughout this match.
Well, yeah, he's got to move his feet and get in position to hit a, either a ceiling ball or, hit a power sidearm shot that, angles across the court and gets Sean off the short line.
Wow. Well, Alan Garner should have bagged that underhand serve on the very first serve of this tournament.
1.
I should say this match, where it was obvious that Sean was going to play it correctly, and then he plays that one correctly. I think Alan's going to have to go through a series of different serves here to find the one that might work.
Well, I think the one that will work will be the low sidearm with a reverse down the left. That's what I'd like to see him do.
Well, Alan's proven that serve works. He hit 6 aces in that first game using that very serve. Then he went away from it for some reason. You don't want to serve balls off the side wall to Sean Lenning. He's most dangerous
3 serving
at that
2.
point.
Well, I think also, it's the start of the third game, and he might not feel comfortable going low yet. So let's just wait and see. When his back and legs start loosening up a little bit, he'll feel more confident.
Each one of these side outs has resulted in a flat kill from both of these guys. You have 3-3, and there's an amazing ace serve from Sean Lenning. This is game number 3. Best 2 out of 3 to 25. Tiebreaker also played to 25. Flip up from Alan Garner. Sean Lenning goes to the corner. Now we're back into the rally.
I don't know how Alan Garner returned that serve. It looked like a flat crack out.
I'm going to play that over. I called it.
Great call there from our referee. And when you don't notice the referee, Dave, that means he's doing a great job. And we haven't mentioned him once throughout this match other than to just compliment that nice call he made with that congestion up in the front court.
I can't even believe that Alan Garner got that ball back. I couldn't see it from this angle, and I was looking right down the pike. I think Alan guessed and guessed correctly.
Alan needs to start hitting the ball harder right now. And there's some of that unbelievable Alan Garner power as he blows that ball past Sean Lenning with a big natural that hops away from Sean.
4 serving 4.
We're all together at 4. That ball stayed up for Alan. I think the crowd sometimes is just in awe of what they're seeing in here, that they don't know how to clap or applaud.
Well, sometimes I think, Dave, that there isn't much time to clap and applaud because generally the ball is served within 5 or 6 seconds, so you don't really have that much of an opportunity to get behind your player.
That ball was smoked from Sean Lenning.
6 serving 4.
This is going to be gut check time for Alan Garner, who has not had success against Sean Lenning throughout their entire careers and has to have memories of that very narrow loss in Salt Lake City just 3 weeks ago where he was 2 points from winning the match. And sometimes, Dave, you start to say to yourself, what do I need to do to beat this guy? And I think that's the thoughts in Alan's head right now. That's a shot that he should never miss and rarely does.
4.
But then you hear Sean Lenning yelling at himself after that play. That tells you he's got a lot of fire right now.
Second serve.
I'd like to see Alan Garner, Dave, take a timeout if he loses this rally and just come out with guns blazing. Just put it all on the line. He needs to go out there and maybe get a kiss from his wife, a little pep talk, and just come out, Dave, firing away like he did in the first game, like he did against Luis Moreno earlier today. And you see Alan just not really driving the ball right now.
So wives kiss their husbands in between timeouts.
In handball, they do.
Okay.
Only Erica Garner, I should say.
Oh, I thought that there was just a
5
line
serving
of
9.
players kissing.
You don't know where to go with that, do you?
I know where to go with
Oh,
it. I'm
okay.
just not going to go there.
Oh,
I decided not to go with it.
and you see Sean Lenning pulling a Dave Vincent there. He gave Allen a
6
huge setup in the front
serving
court
9.
and just stayed there and waited for the return of serve.
We call that the CNN. You're
Go ahead.
posing for the CNN newscast.
Also kind of like Barry Bonds when they hit towering home runs over his head and he wouldn't even take his hands off his knees or even look back.
And then it shows up in the highlights on CNN.
10 serving 6.
10 serve 6, Sean Lenning here representing the Seattle LAAC team.
Beautiful shot from Alan Garner.
Alan Garner's revolving door comes right back around and down that left wall.
7 serving 10.
Same as Sean Lenning. Fadeaway punch fist from Sean Lenning, and Alan Garner is going to appeal.
Both agree.
Alan Garner has to be just completely dejected seeing that Hail Mary
11 serving
land
7.
for Sean Lenning.
Short.
I mean, I know you play handball at an elite level, Dave, but do you find
Second
yourself
serve.
a fan sometimes watching what Sean and Alan can do with this ball?
Very much so. That looked like it could have been a screen. I don't even think Sean Lenning saw that to complain about it. Looked like it came right back to the middle. It wasn't that
8
low.
serves 11.
Sean could have put his hand out and touched it.
I don't think Sean ever saw it, and I think Sean just assumed the ball was down. Big setup here for Allen, and Allen makes a huge mistake. That should have been a screen called, but it wasn't.
Let's go to the corner.
Beautiful fly kill from Sean Lenning, and you see him clap his hands together there.
That's because he earned that.
Well, Alan Garner,
12 serving 8.
inexplicably, Dave, had a huge setup, hit it right back to Sean.
This is another huge setup.
And Sean actually out of sync there with his upper body and lower body. He
got a
stepped too
minute.
soon with his left foot. And let's take an instant replay of that last unforced error from Sean Lenning. As uncharacteristically, Dave, he just was out of rhythm on that back wall setup attempt, and that's why he skips the ball. Great serve here from Sean, sets up this back wall shot. Now watch him step just too soon.
I think Sean directed that ball to the left when he originally thought that he'd take it down the right. He saw Allen step in, and he changed at the last moment and dipped it into the ground. I believe if he would have gone down the right, he could have still hit that 1-inch high and got the point.
You need to open up his stance a little bit more to hit that shot down the left, because when you're set up with that square stance, it's very difficult to rotate your right hip all the way through. The ball comes off with a lot less power and a lot of times skips like we just saw Sean Lenning do.
12.
This is the men's finals. Hi, Mom. The crowd enjoying the action here in Los Angeles for this race stop. Number 7.
It is
Number
great,
8.
Dave, to see these kids enjoying this action. They've actually been here all day. I asked their coach at about 11 o'clock this morning, Dave, what time they'd like to do the clinic. He said, hey, these kids are just here all day. They want to just play handball. We got courts in the back. We can do the clinic whenever it's convenient for you. And these kids have been here for 5 or 6 hours, Dave, watching,
9
playing, and they're
serving
going to jump on the
12.
court and play some more after this match ends.
Let's see what Allen does on the serve, Dave. You say power, right?
Shake the ball. I didn't think it was. He's already there.
I always hate that response from the referee when they say he's already there. Okay, I mean, he's already there in my spot. I supposed to go around him then?
That ball just pops so far out, so much farther out than I think Allen
What does it mean
anticipated.
when a ref says he's already there? Like he can
9
come back
serving
and
12.
establish a post like he's in basketball or something?
That was definitely a borderline play. I think it's best that it was played over.
I don't know what else Sean was supposed to do with that. I mean, I watched your match earlier today, and you said the same thing. Where am I supposed to hit the ball? And that player was off about 2 feet to your left when you said that. That was a direct line.
Good shot from Sean Lenning. That's the inside out. Down the line, right-handed kill.
When he goes inside out, he
serving 9.
breaks over the top of the ball. It's a major reverse. Keep that ball straight.
That's a tough shot to hit, even with the amazing left hand of Alan Garner. That fly kill when the ball is coming across your body with your offhand. Very difficult to put that back into the cross corner.
See what Sean does here on the second serve. He said he likes to go for the crack on the second serve, but I see more of a two-wall shot. And a terrible shank from Sean Lenning. Now with the 10th point is Alan Garner.
10 serving 14.
We know that Sean Lenning's percentage handball is different than most, but that was a very low percentage shot even for him.
Nice shot right there from Sean Lenning, gets the 15th point.
I believe that's the backbreaker when Sean Lenning dives in from his knee and punch fist kills the ball right in front of you.
15 serving 10.
Talking about those youngsters here courtside, they are seeing some really good handball right here. If you were inspiring to want to be a top handball player watching this match, it's a very clean played match, but also a lot of offense. You have to love that. This is like going to a baseball game and seeing 10 home runs hit.
Timeout.
They're fan favorites. Now the real fans like those no-hitters, but you know, the Dave Chapman playing Tony Healy's. But here, this offense is unbelievable, undeniable. 17-10 is the score with Sean Lenning up.
Well, I believe, Dave, that these guys bring out the best in one another. Their styles really complement one another. They both have so much firepower, so much just raw power, that it's so exciting to watch these two match up, because it's who can find the bottom board at 100 miles per hour sooner.
This replay brought to you by Simple Green. Winner of this tournament will get the yellow jersey, and it could be the very first yellow jersey for Alan Garner. Sean Lenning has won one previously when he took down Nadi Alvarado in Fresno.
Well, Sean Lenning also won the yellow jersey from the pre-race event 12 months ago in Tucson. I don't know if you were talking about just the race.
I was just talking
though.
about the race season, but also something new, and I'd like to get Fred Lewis's comments on this. Tom Kopp from Owen Gloves is going to donate a pair of personalized yellow handball gloves, Fred, that are going to have the fuzzy out on the backside that you see Sean Lenning wearing, the ones that have the blue on the outside on the first game that he was playing, the ones that Marco Chavez were playing with. Tom Kopp is going to make a very limited edition special yellow glove to go along with the yellow jersey for the winner of this tournament.
Do you put those gloves in a case like boxers put their boxing gloves in a case, or do you actually wear those to play?
Now, I don't think I'd ever want to play with them. Fred, what do you think about that?
Just another example of innovation. I love it. The golden glove.
That's what it is. Get the yellow jersey and the golden gloves. Sean Lenning's preparing for that now.
And we have the Gold Cup coming up here in next 2 weeks.
And Sean has the gold headband on now. I think he's preparing.
18 serving 10.
18-10.
That's the second back wall shot Sean has missed in the last 6 rallies.
11
Could very
serves
well be
18.
up here, Dave, 20-9. Instead, it's Alan Garner still within striking distance, although, as we know, statistically, he's in a very difficult spot. He's been outscored nearly 2-1 since the start of the second game by Sean Lenning, losing that second game 25-14, now almost being doubled up in score here in his third game.
Oh, and a skip in from Alan Garner, and Sean gets his 19th point.
Well, that's the second fly kill skip we've seen Alan Garner hit in the last 6 points. We saw him try the same shot with his left hand into the right corner, missed it. That time missed it with his right hand in the left corner.
Here's a second serve. Sean's going to go to the left and clip that side wall about 18 inches. That's a good second serve right there, Dave. Now the 20th point. Let's see what Alan can do here, if he can come back.
20 serves 11.
Do you believe that the writing's on the wall, Dave?
I've already started etching. Now Sean with his third right-handed back wall air. That's one of the greatest strengths in his game,
12
giving Alan
serving
Garner
20.
some hope. But Alan Garner's gonna have to do more than just hope Sean Lenning misses. Alan Garner's gonna have to actually catch fire here. I think Alan needs to just start shooting to the bottom board when he gets the opportunity. And now it's Alan Garner pushing Sean Lenning around the court.
I did see Alan play a little harder during that rally.
13 serving 20.
Like he lifted the miles per hour up just a bit.
There's a fly kill opportunity for Alan, but he lets it go to the back wall. I think Alan should have taken that out of the air with Sean stuck in that back left corner. Now Sean's back into this rally. And Sean had given up on that point, Dave, and Alan doesn't put the ball away. Sean's kicking himself now. Not only does he not get up to that ball, but he wastes a lot of energy surging forward and diving and not coming up with that
Timeout.
get.
And there's a timeout being called right now as Alan Garner gets to his 14th point. Did Sean Lenning knock the air out of himself here?
I think this is a smart timeout for Sean Lenning, not only to regroup, Dave, and get his win back, but also to try and halt the Alan Garner momentum, which has been building here since Sean missed that back wall setup at 20-11.
Sean Lenning wiping off his face here, now getting up. Normally he stays down for the full timeout. Here he's really breathing through it. Sean's been going through a lot of breathing exercises and stretching back in Tucson, Arizona at the Tucson Racket Fitness Club down there. Sean says that extra stretches, that stretching techniques that he's been doing is helping him bend down. You see, Sean Lenning is actually doing that now as he bends down. I know he's stretching as he cleans up some of the moisture on the court here. He's really getting into yoga. A class that his father and Larry and mother Kathy back home had kind of put a collar around his neck and say, come on, get into these classes because it really will help you. And Sean said after he started doing it, he said he can't wait to get back in there because he feels like he gets more mobility. Dave, have you ever tried doing any type of stretching techniques? Or?
I tried it twice. I forgot my mat.
So you didn't last long there at the yoga class. Sean
Not so much.
Sean believes in it. He feels that he has more mobility and he's able to bend down.
I actually believe that you need to do a little bit more research on Sean Lenning. You've been bringing up the yoga class for 4 consecutive stops now. I'd like to hear maybe if Sean Lenning does anything except for yoga. I know he's a yogi, as they say. You're also a yogi. But he must do some other things to prepare for these events.
Well, I'm just saying that that's one of the things he does so he can have more leg strength and bend down deeper in the rounds. This is just coming from him. Now, I haven't personally witnessed him do the yoga, but he told me that that is something that he's practicing now.
So you don't have a closed circuit monitor on the yoga room, just all 11 handball courts at the Tucson
I do,
Racket
but
Club.
it's a darkened room with whale sounds and ozone being piped through the air ducts. So my monitor is doesn't have night vision, let's put it that way.
Okay.
You're watching the WPH Simple Green Race for 8 live in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Athletic Club, the home of Jimmy Jacobs. There's a lot of history here at this facility. We're on the 8th floor. This was the first building in North America that had a pool on the top floor above 12 stories. I don't know if that makes Ripley's Believe It or not, but it certainly is enough to ding their Wikipedia page. Los Angeles Athletic Club, the hosts here, the Hathaways, Marlene, those that have helped out, Marco Chavez, and the, of course, High Desert Handball Club, Nadia Alvarado Sr. and his family putting on one of the best tournaments that we have ever witnessed. Chris Watkins, one of the top sponsors, Mark Shelgren, Far West Meats, Mentech, Tucson Rolling Shutters, World Players of Handball, and of course, the environmentally safe Simple Green, located at your favorite retail outlet. Make sure to use Simple Green cleaning products. Dave Fink, we're seeing Sean Lenning after you and I said that he was out of gas midway through that second game after he lost the first one. All of a sudden has turned up the heat, won the second game, and now he's leading here in the third game, even though there is a surging Alan Garner. What's your thoughts?
Well, I thought Sean Lenning needed to find that second wind. I didn't think he was completely gassed, but he did find that second wind, I believe, early in that second game. And since then, it's been all Sean Lenning. Sean Lenning built that 20-11 lead here in the second game, but Alan Garner scored 3 consecutive points, one of which came on a Sean Lenning error. The other one came on Sean Lenning just giving up on a rally, thinking Alan Garner had a huge setup, but Alan put it in a spot that Sean could have had. But regardless, Dave, we're coming off a 3-minute timeout. Both players should be very fresh for this final push to capture this race title. And Alan Garner comes out of that timeout, Dave, with an ace serve. The reason that timeout was 3 minutes, Dave, Sean Lenning called the 1-minute timeout. At the end of the 1-minute timeout, our referee asked the players to change their gloves, which is a 2-minute timeout. And Sean Lenning goes for broke there, Dave, on an Alan Garner power serve down the left, just missing the left corner.
16 serving 20.
And Alan Garner, very fortunate to win that rally, Dave. He had so many opportunities in the front court, didn't put the ball away, left a left corner kill hanging for Sean Lenning, who somehow misses that right corner kill.
Short. Second serve.
Oh, and Sean Lenning goes for that and pounds into that left wall. Is he okay? That's the question.
I believe he is. That was his knee that hit the floor. That was not his shoulder hitting the side wall, but Alan Garner comes up with a magical left-handed right corner rollout.
Now Alan's just a couple points away here.
18 serving 20.
Alan has now scored 7 consecutive points,
Short.
Dave.
That's a good call. This might be appealed, but it was a good call. And it is appealed.
They both
Now,
agree.
wasn't the score at one point 19 to 11?
I believe
Second
it was 20
serve.
to 11.
20 to 11, okay.
Good second serve from Alan.
Oh!
And Sean Lenning had just gone for a similar shot, Dave, and skipped it, but he goes for it again. And that's a
21
huge
serves 18.
conversion there for Sean Lenning.
These guys get a lot of
Short.
side outs. That is a short ball. And that ball looked like it skipped. That's why
Second
Alan
serve.
is checking it out. Not necessarily a skip, but a skim. It's a 22nd point. It's so frustrating when you climb up that mountain, Dave, and you can't get over the other side.
22 serving 18. Short.
The first player to hit 22 in rally scoring
Second
has
serve.
won 100% of the time.
Actually, there was one exception, and that was Sean Lenning, who came back against Luis Moreno, but it does not look like Alan Garner is going to be able to mount that type of comeback, particularly now with Sean Lenning leading by 5. He needs to win just 2 of the next 9 rallies to win this match, Dave. Daunting deficit for Alan Garner, who really has to play perfect handball, hope Sean Lenning makes a couple of mistakes, and get all the breaks if he's going to come back
23
and
serving
win this match.
18.
2 points away is Sean Lenning from taking this race stop, number 7.
Sean Lenning's just moving so well right now, Dave.
Oh, Allen gets that crack. Sean digs it out.
I thought it was a good shot. Side out.
I agree with the referee here.
And I love how the referee explained himself there.
You were trying to look for the ball before he even hit it.
That's true, too.
It was a good call.
And the referee said,
19
it's a good
serving
call. He's
23.
actually talking about himself. That's like liking one of your posts on Facebook.
You've never done that.
I just did.
Alan Garner with the inside-out fly kill, but he doesn't do enough with it.
Boy, Sean is all over the court right now. He's going to get this one, too. Look at that shot from Sean Lenning. He's going to get this one, too.
And Sean extends the rally there with a 3-wall wraparound. Goes back to the wraparound shot. And when have you ever seen Sean Lenning hit 3 wraparound shots in a row, Dave?
Oh, and a point goes to Alan Garner. Sean Lenning lets up just a little bit. The only time he goes to 3 wraparounds when he might be a little out of gas. And that last play, he hits it right in the ground.
23.
I'm very surprised Sean Lenning doesn't use a timeout here. He's clearly winded. Alan Garner not winded. Oh, and Alan Garner with a terrible error there. That's very nearly the same shot he missed against Paul Brady at 7-10 in the tiebreaker. I believe it cost him that match. A left-handed back wall skip when he was mounting a comeback.
24.
He makes the same error here, gives Sean Lenning his first match point. And Sean Lenning's going to take his time here, Dave, and put everything he's got into this serve.
Short.
Now there's going to be a second serve. Let's see if Sean goes for that crack. He has said it before that he will go for a crack serve on his second serve.
I was worried about a Sean Lenning double fault, Dave. I didn't want to say it out loud and jinx him, but I was afraid of that exact thing happening there. Sean Lenning double fault against Luis Moreno at 9-6 in the tiebreaker, cost him the match in Idaho. Will it cost him the match here once again?
24. Short.
A side out means that Sean Lenning wins. That means that if Alan
Second
Garner
serve.
gets another short ball, Sean wins. And there it is. Sean Lenning takes down Alan Garner.
And just like we expected, Dave, it was a thrilling tiebreaker. It was a great match. These two bringing out the best in one another. Sean Lenning's now captured his second race title.
Sean Lenning gets the golden gloves from Tom Kopp and Owen Gloves, as well as the yellow jersey and the points, plus the big cash. Fred Lewis has Sean Lenning, who's exhausted courtside. Fred?
Hey, Sean, congratulations. Not only are you going to have a yellow headband, but you're going to have a golden pair of gloves as well as the yellow jersey. How you feeling right now?
I feel good. I feel just lucky to get out of there. He was an animal as usual.
Well, the guys were commenting that it looked like you're out of gas in the first game, and I disagree with them. It looked like, you know, you were just pressing a little bit. What happened in the middle of that second game to turn things around?
I think I started taking an extra second. You know, some of those, demons in my mind subsided. I was able to just relax a bit. I was rushing things, just like you said. That's exactly right. I wasn't tired. And a combination of him playing well the first game. So, just taking a little something off it, a little bit.
Well, you know, it looked like you were going to cruise here at the end. You were up 20-11, and then you skipped that back ball setup, and then he got back into it again. What was going through your mind, you know, as he started to climb back in towards the end?
I was going this again. That's my pattern. I get up, and then I just blow leads like clockwork every time. So I was lucky to get that fist in the corner when he served that deep V there. I got that fist in the corner. That was what I needed. I was going for it, but lucky to get it. So I turned it around right there.
Well, also the comment was made that that you hit 3 wraparounds in a row there towards the end. You know, where normally you made a drop down and try to kill the ball in the corner. What was your thinking there?
I guess you could say I wasn't thinking, just fatigue, and I was puking up in the front court. It was getting ugly for me. So if that game went to 31, you probably would have won. But just when you're physically tired, your mind just goes inevitably. I think that's what happened. I'm surprised he wasn't as tired. He's tough.
Oh yeah, he's super tough. He's a great competitor and
a gentleman.
Oh, absolutely.
Fair sport.
Oh, absolutely. You guys put on a great show for everybody here. The crowd was appreciative of it. I think, hope everybody at home was entertained. Congratulations, this is your second win of the year, and now we're coming up on the finale of the Race for 8 in your hometown in Seattle. What are you going to do between now and the end of May? You got about 2 months. Are you going to train? What are your plans?
I've committed to just kicking it until my birthday. Then I'm
Which is when? When's your birthday?
April 18th. Then I'm turning over that leaf.
Okay, ladies, April 18th, all right? Send Sean lots of hugs and kisses on Facebook. And then what happens?
I'm not on Facebook, but you can send it. You know, text me. No. What's the question?
What happens after your birthday, April 18th?
I'm just going to try and get healthy, just try and I got a lot of things go through my mind. I'm just going to try and get more centered and work out a little bit and do some stretching and yoga. I've been slacking a little bit. I kind of started coasting after Fresno, thinking it'd be easy. But
Are you going to run it all, or?
Yeah, I plan on it. I planned my 27th year of life. I just want to, you know, give myself a chance to dominate. You know, that's about the right age, I'd say.
Well, the big question everybody's asking is, are you going to be in Tucson training, or are you going to go back to Seattle and train?
I hate to miss the Seattle summer. I could.
No, I'm talking about between now and the last stop.
It's a tough one. I haven't decided. I just one day I'll probably just say I'm going to leave tomorrow. That's usually what happens. So try not to plan too far ahead. I just changed my plans anyway.
Well, Sean, again, congratulations. Good luck, and
Thank you.
I'll be writing you that big check here in a few minutes. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Here's that replay brought to you by First Star Sports of the one that ended. Look at Sean get on the floor there. Very athletic yet. Sean goes down. One more knee there. So that get off the back wall where he dives forward. Amazing replay right here. This makes the highlight reel on its own, Dave Fink.
I don't think this was match point, though, Dave, was it?
No, it was not. But
this was the 3 wraparound in a row point for Sean Lenning. And I like this play, Dave, using the wraparound from the middle of the court instead of going to the ceiling. And that's a tired shot from Sean Lenning. You see, didn't get much on it. That was a pretty good swing there from Sean. He just came up short.
that's that 3 wraparound that Fred Lewis was talking about with Sean Lenning toward the end there. That wraps up this championship match here, show court at the Los Angeles Athletic Club. My name is Dave Vincent. Alongside Dave Fink, we want to thank you for watching this live broadcast and being a part of what we do here at the WPH, the World Players of Handball, and the Race for 8, stop number 7. Once again, the Elite 8 that will be named into the Players' Championship are
Sean Lenning, Luis Moreno, Nadi Alvarado Jr., Charlie Shanks, myself, Andy Nett, and Luis Cordova.
Okay, they will be the
And Alan Garner.
And Alan Garner, the finalists here, who could have won. I did count 7 on my hands, but I thought maybe I skipped one. They're going to be invited to Seattle for the Players' Championship May 18th and 19th, and you will watch all of the action live right here at racefor8.com. For everyone that helped out with this tournament, including our executive producer and director, Linda Manning, our camera operator, number 1, 2, and 3, Omar Lemus, Ashley Moeller, Dave Fink, Fred Lewis. I want to thank Marco Chavez and Nadi Alvarado Sr., as well as Far West Meats, Mintech, Tucson Rolling Shutters, the LAAC, Simple Green, as well as the Hathaways. I want to thank them for all of what they have done to put on this spectacular event at the historical Los Angeles Athletic Club, Dave.
We also want to say a special thank you to Paul Godina, Dave, who was here every second of this event. He was reffing. He was helping with the IT. He was doing everything that we could have ever hoped for. He was one of the reasons this event was so successful.
Big congratulations and thanks out to Paul Godina as well. We're going to say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in to the WPH.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
It's time to join forces. Get energized and fuel up right. Because starting today, every kid in America has a mission. Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.